Howdy. Well, today's short video is going to be labelled Christ Not Again. The reason for that being, as if 2 months of the last election that is just over now wasn't enough, today is a Buddhist public holiday, and also the birthday of a very important person in the country. And so there you've got two first-class reasons for the people in power, the ice cream admirals and whatever, to stop everyone from drinking again. So today there is another total alcohol ban. But I'm not going to let that faze me. At least I had prior warning, so I went out yesterday and bought myself a crate of beer. So that's just my little snub to authority. You know, it could be argued that I kind of resent authority. I think maybe I do, but you know, whatever. And as if the last election wasn't enough, now the powers that be, and I guess that means the powers that are lost the election, are questioning the suitability of the leader of the winning party. In fact, there was no winning party, but one party did overwhelmingly get more votes than the incumbent. But they're now questioning his suitability because he's of undeclared financial interests, blah, blah, blah. So they might have to rerun the whole bloody election again. Can you imagine it? Another 2 months of those ruddy loudspeaker trucks and loudspeaker salengs running around, bird song, bird song. I think it'll drive me bloody crackers. Anyway, this is a bad country to give up drinking in, I can tell you. But whatever. I thought this was a good, as I actually had something to moan about, I thought this was a good excuse to come out here and use my gimbal again, because most of the videos I've been shooting have been in a pub or in my own home studio, beginning really now. So I haven't used this gimbal for a long time, so I needed some practice putting it all together again and balancing it and whatever. It's not too difficult. There's a really good YouTube, or a really good video online on YouTube that demonstrates how to do it. So anyway, that's it. And I'm shooting in a slightly flattened picture mode. So I'll have to tart this up in, I can see it in the viewfinder that there's very little colour in this and it's really quite flat. So it gives me a bit more scope in post-production to tart it up a bit. But I might find that the game isn't worth the candle. It's just easier to you know, shoot in the normal picture style. I don't know. I'll have to just experiment with that a bit. It's not everyone that releases a video and explains all their shortcomings, is it? Anyway, we're in the rainy season again now, and it's becoming apparent. It's a little early really, but most every day we're getting rain now, and it's typical rainy season stuff. It can catch you out at any time, so believe me, it was torrential rain this morning, but that stopped, and now it's quite nice blue skies again. So but it can rain again at any time, so I've got a plastic bag in my pocket, so we'll see. Let's hope I don't need it, but I'm not going very far from the car, so I'm looking out here over the dam. Let's see if I can point you in the right direction. So there we are. It's quite a strong wind blowing up here. Well, it is the rainy season, so I don't know how good this microphone is going to be, but the lake is filling up fast again. This rain came in really good time, because the lake level hadn't dropped all that much, and so we won't have a water shortage this summer, this next high season, I doubt, because the level of the lake's already gone up more than a foot in the last week, and I think we're going to be all right. Anyway, this is a short video for a little moan, and also to test out my gimbal. Let's hope my wireless mic has held up to the wind. It is really quite windy up here. Be interesting to see what this footage looks like. Anyway, I might tack on a bit of footage at the end when I get home, but I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back home. Still sober, thanks to the faceless men in white. But anyway, so I very rarely show what's happening in my living room and everything, so there we are. But we're going to walk through into the kitchen. And I'm going to defy the authorities, because, you know, I'm a rebel without a clue. So if I open up my fridge, and where is it? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I'm still getting to learn how to use this gimbal. I feel kind of restricted with it. It's great for walking around, but if you get it in one particular mode, you find you can't pan, and like I'm on lock at the moment, so if I move around, the camera kind of moves around with me. But if I change the mode, no, I'm on pan follow. Right, let's put it on lock. I have an idea. Right, now I'm on lock. So it's going to stay exactly where it was, no matter what I do with the gimbal. And if I lose sight of whatever, I can manually pan the whole rig. Somehow I think that is probably a better thing for me. But the object of the exercise is this. So yeah, it's wanting to stay pointed where it was. So anyway, I'd have to manually drive the camera around the house. So that is maybe a weakness of this. And I mean, if I set it there and walk around, like if I turn to the right, it's just going to stay on that door. If I turn, you can't see me turning, of course, but like that, you know. But now if I set it to pan follow, if I pan around, then the camera tends to pan around with me, which is somewhat easier, although you have to be very, very slow. You can't whiz this thing around. It's here to iron out the bumps. In some ways, I much prefer, especially with a stabilized lens that I've got now, it does its own stabilization. I prefer just walking around with it on my own little mini tripod. But anyway, can't have everything. This has got its uses, and I'm only just scratching the surface of it right now. Let's. Now, if I go outside, I'm going to have to readjust the lighting. So, a little look around the garden. Again, slightly overexposed. That's the lens completely shut down now. I much prefer interior shots where I could just lock the whole thing off and do it myself, you know. But anyway, let's go back inside. The faceless few that say I can't drink. Well, tough bloody luck on them. Anyway, and then I messed around with it and it went out of balance and it was just a complete mess. So anyway, this is going to take a bit more editing than I thought. And looking at the viewfinder, I am shooting in quite a flat picture mode. I put in a custom picture mode. It's not C-Log by any means, but it's going to need color grading, that's for sure, because there's hardly any color in it. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Cheers.